Alright. I believe we are live. Yep. Alright. Right. Wait, hold on. My mic's working. Okay. Whew. What's up, y'all? Brand Panty Gamers here. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So we're about to start the trial of the third episode. At least the first trial of the third episode. After investigating for quite a while. And yeah. Let me see. And so yeah, again, if any of my friends would like to join me, they can always ask. Like, yeah, I have no problem with you guys joining at all. So yeah, anyway, we're about to head on the trial. Recipe for Turnabout, episode 3. Let's go and let's do this. Oh boy. January 7th, blah blah blah. Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected as much. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor. Maggie! Oh. Detective Gumshoe. Ah, Detective Gumshoe! Are you doing alright? How are you feeling? I just need to ask you their questions, sir. Don't let them get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay? Roger. And you! Yes? You better square this case away, got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest. I think he's serious. Hey, detective. You're on our side for once, right? Yep. So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir? Of course. I got the situation under control. I'm gonna be on the first witness stand on the stand today. If something I say doesn't match the facts, make sure you point it out, alright? Sure. Okay, we're forming a united front today, pal. You get me? Do I get you? I can't tell how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh? I can only wish. I cannot speak today because I just woke up. Not really just, but like about an hour ago. Kinda just woke up. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh boy. And? Ah, bitter. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Huh? What's wrong? Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You still talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating. That was my imposter. Oh no, that wasn't me, that was a phony Phoenix. I see, so our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he? Our trusty? So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please. Mr. Trey, whether you're a fake or a real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today. I can already tell you I'm the real Phoenix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether you're Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That's what I intend to find out. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another. No kidding. As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case 1. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented at the last trial. In the last trial. I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said. Trust me. Now then, Mr. Godot, please summon your first witness. Let's start with the formalities, shall we? I don't know how to say the word. Name and occupation. Witness, state your name for the court. Huh? Oh, sorry, sir. Pennsylvania Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumstr. That's backwards. Other way around, detective. Huh? Oh, sorry. Come on, you've been through this how many times, Detective Gumshoe? Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir. Since yesterday? Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation tied up with another case. Now, I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control for everyone's sake. I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case? Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Elk. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of the Blue Screens Inc., a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report. The court accepts this as evidence. Died of potassium cyanide poisoning. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. Okay. And here are the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. So that's the kitchen back there. So the kitchen is back there, and that's the entrance, I believe. Okay, I think I get where he was. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress. The waitress being the accused? Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. Gene Armstrong, the owner and chef. Oh, great him. And a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo. Okay. It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me. Blueprint of the crime scene. X equals victim's seat. Come, detective. Take up this hammer and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony. Yes, sir. Whew. Alright, here goes the first testimony. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at this table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenell, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup, and what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packed a punch. And, it looks like Miss Byrne might have had, well, some kind of motive. Might want to get some evidence about that. Using the dark aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. The facts of this case seem to be ironical. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but... Yes. Please no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood? I already told you that wasn't me. Oh boy, I guess people are a little worried about if it's a phony phoenix or not. It took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. Hold it! Can I stop you for just a minute? Huh? What is it? Did I see something contradict the evidence? He's so desperate for that to be true. He's practically crying. I guess we did find out that he has a crush on Maggie Bird, so that would explain it. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claimed that there was another man at the victim's table. Yeah, that's what she said. And Objection. What killer wouldn't say that faced with the homicide conviction? Hey. Sadly, her testimony is supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, it's true. The 2 testimonies tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder? Well, might as well. Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps the view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Ha! That argument is as weak as a coffee tree begins, right? Nani? I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? More like a photo to me. Yes, and one-way ticket to guilty vial. Population, the defendant. You call that a ticket? This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef, moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that there was such a clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Mr. Wright, could anyone overlook a second person at the table? Behave. It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. Crime photo added to the court record. Alright, that'll work. We understand that the guy going out listening to the radio at the time. Hold it! He was listening to his radio, you say? Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket. Maggie noticed that too, didn't she? I'll think about how one of them had some sort of earpiece. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Well, we gotta find out more about this. And what was it that he was listening, the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe? Huh? How should I know? I assume something about MC Bomber. Thanks a lot. We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere. Isn't it going very well, is it? Nope, not at all. Detective, could you please perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used? Well, that was a pointless. Hold it. Press. Traces of poison were found in this coffee cup. Hold it! So, traces of poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else? Not sure I get you, pal. Was the poison a liquid? Oh, come on. Was the poison a liquid or was it powder? Was it a powder? If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance. So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper. Objection. Hey, Patrick. Objection. Ha. You put salt and pepper in your coffee, right? The victim took his coffee flat with no sugar. It seems that the poison could only have been in the coffee. What should I do? Should I press on this one a little harder? I'm just gonna press harder on this one too. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee? Huh? What do you mean? According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it? Okay, calm down with the Gmod videos, guys. I will eventually get back to that. But for now, again, before, I did say I was going to focus more on Phoenix Wright and hold off these other videos for now. So yeah, what proof is there that any drank any of it? Oh hey, you're right. That's what I was thinking. Objection. In case you were wondering, that last objection was for detective there. Huh? For me? Oh hey, you're right. You're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to wait, you have the time to present that piece of evidence. That piece, sir? Yes, that piece. What piece was it again? This. Oh yeah, the piece of evidence that you throw coffee at me. That's the evidence. Yeah, sure. Take a picture and I'll be evidence. Should I be grateful this coffee is only hot enough to give me first degree burns? Oh, now I remember. Oh, trust me, Patrick, this game is a lot longer than you think. Because this is only the third game. There are a total of 6 games in the main series. So... So there's pretty much going to... So there's pretty much going to be a lot more streams than this. Because there's like how many streams? I don't know, there's probably like about a lot. And it also, and also, and also because the fact, and also because the fact that, how do I say this? That, like, you know, also the fact that there is, that I did skip some parts of the episode 5 in the first game. Yes, Ave 6. Because the Phoenix Wright trilogy are only the first 3. And there's, okay, here, let me just show you guys again. I have the 6 games, I have the last 3 games on phone, which is Apollo Justice, Phoenix, Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, and Spirit of Justice. These are the last 3 games on phone. Well, at least I got them on phone, so I'll try and record it. This is the, Victim's Coffee Cup. So, yeah, there's a lot, so there's gonna be a lot more to play it. At least I'll try and find a way, but the thing is, I won't be able to stream on phone. I'm only gonna do it on recording. That's what I plan to do when I beat the trilogy here. Yes, the Victim's Cup. Take a good look at the rim. Oh yes, it's unmistakable. There is clear coffee stain on it. Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. So yeah, guys, that's why there's still a long way to go. So, hopefully I will be able to beat this before I. Okay, calm down, dude. Hopefully I will be able to beat this before I go to college. For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victim and the defendant. Okay. Coffee contained potassium cyanide, covered in the victim Maggie's fingerprints. Upon further investigation of the cup, we found a certain chemical substance. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. Hold it! Potassium cyanide. I heard that chemical before. And actually, how strong is this poison, Detective Gumshoe? Well, that's just lethal. Eat too much and your history. How much is too much? A lethal dose is 0.2 grams. That's about enough to finish anyone off. 0.2 grams? How much is that? You know, when you swab your ears for earwax, yeah, about that much. Earwax, huh? Sounds like something Gumshoe's got an abundance of. Such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere. And, it looks like Miss Byrne might have had, well, some kind of motive. Hold it! Some kind of motive? Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion. Objection. You know what my golden rule is, Detective? Check out a back cup of coffee. You can always get another. Huh? I don't get it. I'm saying, we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to check you out. So stick to the fact now, Detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe. They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday too. She's been playing this till Christmas, most likely, actually. I don't know. Well, I mean, the trilogy, not really, because we're already at the last part of the game. It's already episode 3, so I mean, we're over halfway done with the trilogy, but we're not halfway done yet to the main series itself. It's gonna be a while. I knew it. It disappeared from the scene of the crime, and it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000. Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Press harder. Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. Huh. I have here in my hand the very ticket in question. That's the $500,000 lottery ticket? One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant. What? Order, order! Ha, she's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress. You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately. I better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. Winning ticket for $500,000 found during your body search of Maggie. This ticket was I almost said this cricket. No, this ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial too. But it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say? It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. That's on Maggie's person, unfortunately. That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which he is charged. Okay. Well, I guess that there's no contradiction testimony on that one. I'm gonna check what I have in the court record. Yep, that's quite a lot. Furthermore, it seemed beyond reason that she did indeed commit this crime. I like an old man who knows the score. There's also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for the sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules. I don't mind an old man who was weak to the siren called money. Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast. Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already. Don't tell Henry. Yes, guys, I'm aware of the Henry Stickmin collection, but I don't plan on playing it because I've already watched it, so it's a little pointless. Plus, I didn't even play the. Plus, I didn't play the game on my channel, so oh well. I say it's about time to wrap up this repeat reporting. With one final decisive piece of evidence. She's got more evidence against Maggie. This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time. Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. Oh god, my throat. That stain looks like... can't be blood, can it? Ha! It seems the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on her cell. The coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more. Something else? I presume you mean... Of course, I'm referring to the pocket. Well, you're not. Were you gonna? I'm fine, guys. Don't worry. Are you not gonna refer to the freaking red stain? The pocket. A search carried out right after this incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in an apron pocket. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket? Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it. What? How are Maggie's prints the only one on it? Order, order, order. The court will accept these items as evidence. Worn by Maggie at the time of the incident has a small pocket but big stains. Deadly powdery poison bears Maggie's fingerprint found in her apron pocket. There's something still bothering me. Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court? Yeah, I know. Well, that's the one thing you did not explain. Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be? Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood color stain that's smeared all over the apron. That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain. But it's right there in front of your eyes. Can you actually not see it behind that mask? You don't need to be told. Just look at it. Well, detective. Huh. I guess there's something. I guess there's more to meet the eye about you, sir. Somehow you can't see a blood stain through that mask. Could this stain really be blood? No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir. Where'd the ketchup come from? Ketchup? She must have gotten some on her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day. You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe. Pull a stunt like that again and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness. Oh boy, that's terrible. Ugh. I thought everyone knew what it was us already. I mean, just by looking at it, I guess so. I haven't seen anything here to make me doubt the last ruling I made in this case. Nani? The motive, the opportunity, the supporting evidence, they have all been clearly established. Well, Wright. It seems you really are phony after all. Ah, you really know how to drive a man nuts. Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there. Oh boy, there's probably going to be a contradiction in this one now. Crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man. Sir. Probably talking about Victor Kudo. Or Maggie had passed up from the shock and must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him. Excuse me? Probably gonna press on that one. Well, we figured out who he was pretty quick and then the investigation went smoothly. Probably gonna press on that too. When Maggie was searched, we found a lottery ticket in the bottle of poison. And that was it. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. Something tells me there's something contradictory in that statement. You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Wright. Nani? Don't count any more cross-examinations after this one, so I'll let the fun begin. You're saying this is my last chance, sir, so you're telling me that there's actually a contradiction testimony, in a way. And I do feel like it has to do with that last statement, but I'm first going to try and press on the one that I said. When Maggie passed out from the shock, was it real tough for her? They didn't have any identification on him. Hold it! And how were you able to tell his identity? He didn't have any... Are you saying that it was stolen then? No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have any driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet. 58 cents? Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal. That victim sounds like he was thoroughly miserable young man. Or some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? Oh god. I think I'm onto something here. We figured out who he was pretty quick and the investigation was smoothly. Hold it! Wait a sec. Huh? Did I say something dumb again? Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes? Yeah, basically. In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Oh, that. He's so looked down. He's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes thing again. It was just for Christian bag on the victim's table along with a lottery ticket. It seems Mr. now visited his doctor before he went to trade BN. We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the med. That's a reliable enough source for the court. What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask here about more? Ask about the bag. How are you able to identify it with the bag? So what sort of medicine was... What sort of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually, the bag we found was empty. Huh? Yeah, completely empty. Completely empty? The victim got this from the doctor before going to trade BN. The bag is empty. Patrick, that was actually said in the last part. Or I think during the investigation, the last investigation, that tribune was already said in that part in the game, actually. So, but I guess thank you, I guess. Ha. You're answering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate, are you, Wright? Nani? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, detective? When Maggie was searched, we found a lottery ticket in the bottle of poison. Hold it! But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket? Hey, yeah, you nailed it, pal. It happens to me all the time. We had a department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing boss's shoes. Objection. I was wondering when you were going to object, jeez. He was this crazy testimony detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat. Sorry. So, try someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket? That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence? Well, I'd love to if I had any. It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. You literally just testified that there's a bottle of poison and the apron is what you're saying. But why didn't you find this prescription bag then? I'm glad. Well, at least hopefully this is. So I don't know. I don't know if it's lottery ticket that's missing, coffee cup, or the freaking sports paper. No, not the scooter. I'm just gonna try the description back first because, like, you said there's nothing else. Heh. Well, I find that hard to believe. Objection! Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There is just one small contradiction in your testimony. Oh, finally. I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you? You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officer recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later? No, they didn't. The victim was given the prescription right before going to Tribulations. Where, then, did the medicine disappear to? You are too cool, pal. So what a way response to a contradiction. Indeed. Due consideration was given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lead of poison itself. Order, order. Well, Mr. Cadeau, what do you have to say to that? Ha, that's all. What? Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New Ear Otolaryngological Clinic. I cannot read that. So what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Cadeau? Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bit of war wound, you could say. A war wound? The day before the incident, Mr. L found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. He ruptured his eardrum? And what on earth was the prescription he was given? It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be injected. What? Where did that mug come from? I don't know. This game doesn't really this game is not really meant to make sense in some ways, but it's still a pretty good series because it's got an interesting storyline, at least in my opinion, and some humor to this game. You know, it's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. Yes, and here it is, in very, very fine print. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribulations. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication. It seems that this medication is irrelevant to this case after all. No. Nick, if you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over. She's right. But I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? like what Maya said, if we leave it here, then it'll be over. So I gotta push the medication issue. Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seemed Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at BN. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? Nani? But the medication in question was for topical issue used inside the ear canal. Objection! That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth. Objection. Why object to that? You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seemed likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. Objection. It hardly seemed likely that the coffee which was served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable. That's enough. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? I mean, I guess you could say I guess you could say the game is kind of inspired by Judge Judy and Law and Order and stuff. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness? Oh yeah, I already said that. Mr. Godot? I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder. The Kudo? The pigeon hater? I mean, Law and Order is a lot more serious than this game. Then again, this game does have some humor to it, so yeah. Oh well. Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me. Yay, good job, Nick. The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, and after which we will hear the prosecution's next. Ha. I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. Court is adjourned for recess. Why did dude have a big nose? I don't know, don't ask me. You can ask that to the developers. Phew, that was close. Tell me about it. I nearly died in there. That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think it really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. Can't believe it's a gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he helped me, but he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed to a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right? True. It's okay, I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life, but it really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again. Well, ain't Gumshoe gonna be heartbroken when to hear this. Poor Gumshoe. So next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right? Yeah, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know? Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you going to be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me, even those never-ending bird seeds. Probably not me, if it was me. January 7th, 11:15 a.m. So it's already been an hour and 15 minutes in the game, huh? Court will now reconvene for the Maggie Bird. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please. The prosecutor called the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Oh boy. Name and occupation, if you don't mind. The name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times. You don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation. My occupation? Come, listen, youngins. How much call you think there is for kimono embroidery here? Kimono embroidery? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Kimono, I don't know. That's what I do, or did, back in Japan. I embroidered valiantly. My ancestors were born in kimonos before this country even existed. Wow, real craftsmen. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe you can embroider my costume sometime. Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile. That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Oh then, witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh yeah, I was eating some seeds over a cup of cappuccino. Seeds? What do you think these are, huh? I see. So you saw everything that happened, Gramps. Did I? Oh yes I did. I saw it all. And please, tell the court. We're all ears. Sure. I'll tell you every last detail. You're really getting into this. The fact that I'll go point out contradictions, you're probably not gonna tell that much. A young man was reading the sports paper. Yeah? A serving girl brought him his Javasino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. You remember her well? Yeah, I'm probably gonna press on that. Mr. Kudo, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. Ha! You're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with the old-fashioned ones, huh? Newfangled? Hold on. And they talk of radios and glasses, it's wireless, and spectacles? I tell you. Excuse me. Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away. Well, in other words, good memories. I mean, I can't disagree with that. I think it's beginning to cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You don't sound like you can handle... You don't look like or nor sound like you can handle it right. What I want. The young man was reading the sports paper. Well, there's no reason to press on that, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. The serving girl brought him a champagne, but she put something in it. Hold it! Mr. Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw? Mr. Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I. What was that supposed to mean? I see. My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need for reading and driving. But his eyes... His eyes are only really fine when he's scoping at a waitress. And I saw what the servant girl put into the cappuccino as well. I bet I know what's coming up when something tells me I'm not going to like it. Press harder. Your Honor, we need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask that the witness what he knows about this to his testimony. I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please? Sure. There's no question about it. She very completely put some white powder in there. Explain the white powder. Did she really put that into the coffee? You doubt me, boy? She took out some out of a small brown bottle and sprinkled it in. Could she have been adding sugar? Sugar in a small brown bottle like that? Like that? Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms? Ha! A bottle like this, perhaps. Oh, there it is! That's the one! That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume. So what did the accused put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you? Oh well. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. Well, yeah. That's a servant girl right there in the defendant chair. I remember her well. Hold it! You said I remember her well, in reference to the waitress? Did she have any particular feature that you can identify her by? Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is. Sorry. Sorry? Sorry. You can see her all the way up to her, you know. Yeah. Yeah, good. She's frankly naked in that uniform. Objection. The particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit. Anyone could wear just such a uniform, even me. Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image. From that image. Wow, we literally talked about what this person said about you know what. Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together. I guess I got a bit carried away. Ha! No, there are other things I recognize about her, too. He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Press harder. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. Well, what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not. Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you don't recognize that you recognize with the defendant. I would ask you to add them to your testimony. Sure, sure. There was a ribbon in her head, and her apron straps were loose. Hold it! You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all, her face? Ha! As if I wouldn't remember that! Objection. The witness noticed the straps in his apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right, I can even tell you the color of the ribbon, and her hair was red. So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. So no doubt he remembers the places pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. Ask about the straps, ask about the waitress's back. I'll ask about the waitress's back. The identity features you described are all things that would be there you will see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all? Objection. Ha, he got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. Why did Godot just object to me? Why did Godot just object to my statement when he clearly just agreed to it? This is harassment. I tell you I'm not obsessed with straps and ribbons. I'm telling you what I saw. Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observe from the front, that is, to your testimony. Sure, sure. This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. And if I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet. Jeez Louise, people can be dynamited with that. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. Excuse me, sir, but this didn't catch your interest? All these stains? Objection! Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. Ha, that filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, you remind me of what my grandson looks like, and just after he's done eating. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I haven't. Do you think I'd forget something as dirty as that? Well, you half-witted clot. Well, you clearly made this a more contradiction. What? What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron. It's the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before... yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oops. Witness, you can't just oops your way out of this. Huh. Well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, Wright, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird. Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching. Hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what a burger customer wanted. You can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. Very well, let's test just how good your memory and attention is to the details, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim. Now you can testify about the victim, huh? He is one of those pesky young types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling in pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. And the serving girl in question brought over the cappuccino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness' memory is. It seems to me that you remember the victim in a great deal of detail. Oh yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything. How are we going to handle this, Nick? We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do best. He was not a pesky young type wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. Right hand, and a noisy brat kept rustling the pages. So he was reading with his right hand. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Well, I mean, I guess he was, as shown in the profile. And the servant girl in question brought over the cappuccino. Yeah. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. Let me check the court record to see if there's anything. Actually, hold on. Let me go ahead and press this first. Hold it! His free hand? Yes. Which hand was that? Weren't you listening before? Cloth ears? I said he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? It's his free hand, wasn't it? His right hand, which was his left hand? Ah, okay. Ow. Ha. Perhaps the great Mr. Trial has 3 hands. Yeesh, I was only asking. No need to gang up on me and treat me like a freak. The whole point of this court examination is to establish just one thing. That this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss. I guess we just need to find a contradiction in the testimony somewhere. Huh? Anything will do, even a small detail. We just need one mistake, and here's ours. Okay, so hold on a second. So he drank with his left hand. Let me look at the coffee. Wait. But if he was drinking it with his left hand, wouldn't the coffee stain be on the other side? Because, like, when you think about it, when you're holding a coffee cup by the handle, you would go like that, and then it's actually on the right hand. So this will be on the right hand, but his right hand's on the newspaper, and he's drinking coffee at the same time. How is that even possible? Objection. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory? I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. Nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Care to tell us where this is going, Wright? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. God, what is this? Kindergarten? But I would like the court to please take a look at this. That's the cup the victim used, correct? Yes, and on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yes, there's a stain left by the coffee. If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand. But how? Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Ah. Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid it's simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park where he came from. Wait! What now? If you think I'm going to stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony? That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good, law-abiding citizen, I am. It's that dead young hotbot and you spiky-haired yahoo, who are at fault. Who, me? I wish I could say that to the imposter. Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man, old man. Been around here for 68... crap, I did not mean to do that. Listen to what I've got to say. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but... Sure, why not hear a little more? Mr. Kudo? This is my 16th cup of coffee. So this is your final stand. We're already getting close to being done? The stream is almost in an hour and a few minutes. Wow. Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor. Please don't make that face. Left hand or right hand? A boy was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup with his left hand. What? We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. His left eye, right? So that means you're saying on his left ear? Okay. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. A monitor? You mean like a television screen? The inside of a lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. HDTV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth. It's true. You don't seem to be lying. And those are the facts in good old black and white. Alright, well, let's see if your theory is true. A boy was wearing an earpiece on the same side of the green lens of his back. Hold it! So the victim was wearing an HMD? HDTV, CD, DVD, what does it matter? None of them actually, but anyway. You're sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side? No question, I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. On the opposite table, you only view the side of the victim's head. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He's fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup. Hold it! The earpiece you mentioned, which hand did the victim touch it with? You're one of those people, aren't you? You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out of your right pocket. Or fasten your left cuff with your right hand. And when the tour guy says on your right side, you'll see the famous blah blah. You're the only one who deliberately looks left, well, aren't you? No, I didn't mean... Obviously, he used a hand on the same side of his body that the earpiece was in. Ow, ow, ow. Well, I didn't get to read that. So if he had the HMD on his left side, then it was his left hand, I guess. And then he used the same hand to pick it up. But didn't we just say that we proven? Didn't we just say that? Didn't we say that we proven that this was from the right hand? Gosh. Hold it. You seem very sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo. That's because I know what I saw, no matter what trick you tried to play on me. Well, you really did see the guy picking up the cup with his left hand. This is a dead end. Well, Nick, what do you think? I think the guy's telling the truth. But even so, something's not quite right. And chuck evidence at him until he breaks. But if he's not lying, there wouldn't be any contradiction in the testimony, right? So, he's wearing on the same side, so on his left ear, right? But didn't he say that he had like some sort of eardrum? Or some sort of ear problem? Hold on. The victim was a programmer. Worn HCM over left eye. Left eardrum was ruptured. Wait. But why would he be wearing it on this side? He should be wearing it in his right ear because his left eardrum was ruptured. Sir, objection! I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Kudo, there is something very strange about your observation of the victim. What? You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Eh? Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. Is it possible that the victim was wearing his earpiece on his left ear? Because he couldn't even hear that in that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. Pigeon! Pretty pigeon! That's your pigeon song. Order, order, order! This witness' testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claimed the victim was wearing an earpiece when he knows his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Kudo? A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk. Captain, are you calling me a drip? This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank his cappuccino with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand and then switched it to his left. That's what the old man saw. Objection! Impossible. The witness had already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee. Objection. Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. L drank the poisoned coffee. Like this. Objection! Sadly, Mr. Goodell, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness' memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. Blah. I believe it is time to conclude today's proceeding. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old man. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there. Wow. I'm ordering the defense and prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Hold it. Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me?
Leave you, Mr. Kudo.
Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there, I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. How is your bad memory my fault?
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do.
I've kept my mouth shut until now, but there's something else the court should know.
What?
There's more? To be brutally honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, young shark. Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say? What do you say to one final showdown? Final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already handed my 17 cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the cappuccino if you want. If you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man.
That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony.
You bet. Much, much quicker. Yeah, to find a contradiction. Can't believe this is happening. Ha ha ha. You better get ready, youngster. I get the picture. Just quit throwing the seeds at me, would you? She's gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. No kidding. You should have been running out of seeds already. Really? First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his cappuccino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Everything's upside down,
Is that all?
Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Eh? You doubting me again? You doubting a poor, defenseless old man?
No, we're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo.
Can there be, like, a single witness that can't take things personal for once? I mean, I guess Gumshoe is one of them, I guess. Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lip, Nick? Yeah, so what? Probably. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy. You're a bird brain, that's why that's all you can think of.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please.
Looks like we're already getting close to ending this game. Or this part, or the trial. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. And after, young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one of his sips of cappuccino. Well, yeah, pretty much. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. Hold on. Was there such thing as that? Oh wait, what about the crime photo? Clearly, the vase is not knocked over here. Oh boy, this old man. He's already giving me the nerves, not gonna lie. Objection! Mr. Kudo, this is the photograph of the crime scene. So what? Look carefully at the table. The vase is there. Intact. Huh? Lost your tongue, Granddad? I know Granddad of yours, hopscotch. Ow, ow.
Enough. If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night.
Ah.
What is it now?
I just remembered something. Yes, go on. The broken vase. It was on my table. Well. Oh, well, you see, it startled me when that young lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean.
The vase on your table?
Yes, it was on my table.
Whoops, wrong button.
That's how my groin came to be completely soaked. That was a pointless testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You certainly earned your kudos for today.
I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all?
Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo.
Wait a minute. If that's the case, then there's more. I've got more to say. Oh, yes, I remember something else.
Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom.
Wait, listen to me.
All you gave in the last one was a pointless testimony, so it's probably gonna give another one anyway. Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked, and I'm still not in position to deliver a verdict.
Nani?
The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we've heard thus far.
The mark on the coffee that the victim supposedly drank with his left hand, the earpiece which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick, you did it.
I therefore require both the defendant and the prosecution to further investigate the facts.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's one more thing before I call today's session to an end.
One more thing, Your Honor?
The witness we just heard from, he is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into his statement.
Okay.
You may each have a copy of it if you wish.
Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need prompts like that. Godot's really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too. If you're saying to the witness, then I guess I would be too, maybe.
Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godot's.
Yes, Your Honor. Victor's testimony. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. Where the hell did you get that? I'm sorry. This isn't a piece of testimony. More like a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Alright, well, that's gonna be the end of this part of the stream. I'll probably continue tonight my time or tomorrow. But that I cannot promise, but we'll see. Save your progress at this point? Yes. Alright, well, looks like we're going for an investigation again. But I'm gonna go and end it here. That trial was something. I don't know what to say about it, but it was something. I think the trial was this morning. I don't know. I think it was complete crap. So okay, see you, Maya. Alright, well, anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll probably continue tonight my time or tomorrow morning. But then again, I can't promise those. So yeah. Alright, anyways, yeah. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next Phoenix Wright live stream. And yeah, peace out, guys. Pretty much nothing else to say. Still, all I can say is that they're definitely a long way. Wow, Nico. Good job. But yeah, there's definitely still a lot more than meets the eye in this game. Well, in the main series, because there's 3 more games, as you guys can say, as I can recall from saying that. That's like after these 3 games. So yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Peace out. Again, it's either gonna be tonight or tomorrow morning my time. But yeah, peace out, guys. Yeah, good job. Be proud, Nico.